Well, we go to this story next. South Africa continues to experience high numbers of tuberculosis cases. The country, as a member of the United Nations, has made a commitment to decrease TB deaths by 90%. Today, various experts and stakeholders are meeting in Sandton under the theme Dust and Infection-Free Lungs, Harnessing Artificial Intelligence. They will look at how AI, amongst other things, can assist fighting TB. Newzroom Afrika's Nqobile Madlala is joining us now live. Nqobile, very good morning to you. Earlier on, we were speaking about how the artificial intelligence is changing the workforce in the financial sector, and now looking at artificial intelligence being used in the health sector.
Yes, Aldrin, and in fact, I've got Professor to unpack for us just how important and how the AI is going to work in assisting with that TB that is currently in the country. And we understand that there's quite a lot of numbers that they've spoken about. Over 60,000 people have died in South Africa because of tuberculosis. So I want to bring in now the Professor to speak to us about that. Prof, if you could just unpack to us just how many deaths and how many people affected by TB.
Thank you so much, Nqobile. So in terms of TB death, we do have 54,000 people who die from tuberculosis every year in South Africa. So it's really a lot. It's a big number. But we also have 280,000 people who get tuberculosis every year. So some of them, to be precise, 220,000, we do treat them in our hospitals and clinics in the country.
And now that you're saying that you might be looking at AI, how would AI work?
Okay, yeah, so artificial intelligence is going to help us enhance case finding or TB diagnosis or detection, depending on what language you're more familiar with. So just to put it into a context, before 2010, we're using microscope to test tuberculosis. So we take your sputum. If we suspect you have TB, we put it in a microscope and we check whether you've got tuberculosis or TB. And we would find that only 50% of those who actually have TB. So that's the power, the ability to find tuberculosis by microscopy. That's why we're excited when a government agreed to bring GeneXpert or molecular technology, which you now call TBNAT, because then you're able to find at least 80% or more. So the ability to pick up is more. What I'm trying to say is that with laboratory, you don't find all people with TB for various reasons. One of them is HIV, which makes it difficult to find tuberculosis, or in children, because they have a small number of microbes in their body, so we struggle. So the use of chest X-ray and artificial intelligence will help us to pick up, to find more than what you can find with laboratory tests. So we're very excited about this because it's just an X-ray. You can do it quickly. It can show that the lungs have a problem, and you can then refer for a test. So it's really very important for us.
How quickly can it show this?
So you as you walk in there, is like a picture. So within a few minutes, within 3, 4, 5 minutes. But then the artificial intelligence part of it is that the machine suggests that this damage I've seen in the lungs could be tuberculosis, or they could tell you these are normal lungs. Then you know the person is okay. So that's what is really very interesting about artificial intelligence into TB detection.
And also we know that this obviously comes from the mining industry as well. People are affected by TB in the mining industry as occupational TB. Tell us a bit about how that would affect also the mining communities around because of the dust.
So this is a very important question. You would know South Africa is a very large mining industry. And this contributes significantly to our economy. Now, people who work particularly in the gold mine, they go underground, and the silica dust is a problem. So they inhale silica dust in their lungs, and it could take up to 20 years to make them sick. So People who work in the mine develop silicosis, which make them 4 times more likely to have tuberculosis than the general population who just got TB, let's say in the bars or at work. If they have HIV, it's even worse, because then the possibility to get TB, active TB, is like 15 times. So we're hoping to use this in the mining industry in future to enhance case detection for tuberculosis in the mine, but also silicosis.
All right, thank you very much, Professor. Speaking to us, Aldrin, about that use of AI now to assist with ensuring that they can see TB and detect it much earlier. And I think that's the great concern, that it needs to be detected much earlier. So the the vans that you see behind me, Aldrin, those vans that can be used and have been instilled with AI so that they're able to see. It's like a picture, like what Prof is saying, so they're able to see how your lungs are doing.
Nqobile, Madlala, thank you so much. Then an update on how to use artificial intelligence when it comes to the health sector.